We are now
Right.
recording. Please do not swear. Well, you can swear. Swear as much as you want.
Yeah, I'll just bleep it out. Or not. I don't know.
Or not.
We haven't really made a decision on swearing, have we?
I think swearing's good. Go for it.
Hello, and welcome to How I Vegan podcast. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Wes.
We're here to talk all things vegan.
If you've been vegan for years, if you're a recent convert or you're just V-curious, we'll have something for you.
We'll be reviewing some of our vegan experiences, talking about vegan events, and speaking to vegans from all walks of life to find out the answers to the key questions.
What's your vegan story?
What was the hardest thing for you at the time?
What did your friends and family think about it?
Where do you get your protein?
How have things changed for you?
What advice would you give to anyone who's thinking about going vegan?
Who is your vegan inspiration?
What's the best thing about being vegan?
What's your favourite vegan product at the moment? We'll be covering all aspects of veganism, not just plant-based food. So if you're interested in what materials to wear instead of wool or leather,
or what beauty products to use, we'll be speaking to people in the know who can guide us all through.
We're not here to preach and we'll never tell you you're not vegan enough.
We're all going through our own stuff and it's difficult, so this podcast aims to be supportive rather than looking down on people.
We're not perfect vegans, not by a long stretch, so we'll be learning things about ourselves along the way too.
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, WordPress and YouTube. Just search for How I Vegan Podcast.
You can send an email or a voice note to us at howiveganpodcast@gmail.com.
Hello, my friends, or should I say, Guten Tag, meine Freunde, as news reaches us hot off the Spotify analytics press of a new listener in Germany.
Hey!
So a couple of episodes ago, we spoke about how we crossed the Atlantic with our enormous US following, and now we have crossed the channel and made it to Deutschland. We're a proper global brand. If we're not getting gifts sent through from companies soon, something's gone really wrong.
Oh dear, hopefully.
But anyway, our guest this episode is a runner, a mother, and of course a vegan. Please welcome Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Okay, welcome, Chloe. How are you? You're sitting, obviously this is a audio only podcast, but you're sitting in your sun-drenched conservatory, which looks tremendous. So let's start off with, what's your vegan story?
I think I first went veggie when I was about 14, but I can't actually remember what prompted me to, it's a long time ago, it's decades ago. Obviously it must just be, I've always loved animals, but I can't remember sort of any particular reason why I just suddenly decided I was going to go vegetarian. I can always remember I never really enjoyed eating meat that looked like meat, if you know what I mean, like a Sunday roast where you've got, I don't know, a chicken on the table and it still looks like a chicken. I never liked things on the bone. I suppose I just made that association that it still looked like an animal. So yeah, I just stopped when I was about 14, and that was just sort of on and off over the years. I brought my kids up as vegetarian at home. If they went out, they could eat what they wanted to, but at home everything was veggie. And then I suppose I had quite a few vegan friends, so I was kind of like open to the idea. I wasn't like in a little bubble. And I suppose I had like one of these sort of epiphany moments, I suppose, and I was laid, it sounds like really hippie, I was laid in
That's
Shavasana.
fine, go for it.
Yeah, laid in Shavasana in my yoga class. And, I don't know what the teacher was saying, but I sort of realized I couldn't ever sort of be at peace with myself or happy in myself if I was consuming something that had gone through so much trauma and suffering. almost like you say, they don't like, I suppose some farmers sort of promote their meat, don't they, by saying, oh, it's happy cows, and like there's that muscle memory, so it tastes better because they were happy. I suppose I had that in my head, and I was thinking, well, none of these animals are happy.
They're not
because
killed by hugs.
And surely when they're killed, which is never humanely, because they don't walk in willingly, then that fear must go into the food that you're eating. And if I'm then eating that, then I'm then consuming all this fear. And I suppose I just had this moment. I was just like, I need to stop eating this. And then I think I became like one of those really, what I would now find one of those annoying vegans who were like one of those almost vegan. When you say you're vegan, and says, oh yeah, I'm almost vegan. I think I was one of those for a while who sort of, if I went, maybe I was vegan at home, but if I went out, I probably wouldn't be, or I might occasionally, or just have a little bit of milk or something. So I became one of those annoying vegans for a bit, who aren't really vegan, but they like to think they are. And then I was talking to my daughter one day. We live sort of near a farm that raises beef, and we used to always walk down and look at sort of the baby cows, and I just sort of talked to her about why these baby cows weren't with their mothers and everything, and she just looked at me and just said, that's it, I'm being vegan. And we both just went vegan overnight about 3.5 years ago, and that made it much easier, because obviously before it's really hard cooking something for yourself if you've got to then cook something different for your kids. So she just went overnight, and that's the rest is history. My son still isn't vegan. I'm still hopeful, but he's quite
vegetarian.
He's well, I don't think he is technically. He was brought up vegetarian, so I don't think he actually even tried any meat till maybe, I can remember once him going, he was doing his A-levels, and they some of them must have just learnt to drive, so they were going off in their lunch break, and he said, oh no, they went down to McDonald's, and he was like 17, he'd never been in a McDonald's in his life ever before. And I was quite proud of him as he come back and he said, oh, it's okay, Mum, I had to go to McDonald's, but I didn't buy any food, I just got a drink. So I was quite proud of him. So he's still, he's at uni now, he'll eat anything, but when he's home, he's happy. He's happy to cook vegan, and he's happy to eat it, and he knows not to bring anything into the house to completely,
really good.
So he accepts it, but I'm still hopeful that one day he will see the light.
He'll come round.
We can all live. We can all live in that hope.
Wes and I are both in the same boat of having to cook multiple dinners, multiple meals for vegans and non-vegans. It's very frustrating. But there we go.
I just don't think I could do it anymore. Just the whole house is nothing's allowed in.
No, that's my dream.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Might have to wait for the kids to move out first before that happens.
Oh, is that soon?
I'm marking it off on the wall. I've got some big boxes for them to put all their stuff in.
So, Chloe, what was the hardest thing for you when you finally made the decision to go full vegan?
I don't think it was hard at all. It didn't sort of seem like a big jump from being vegetarian in a way for me. I think I'd had in the past, I'd been sort of really ill and had to go dairy free for a year. So I'd sort of learned, and then for some stupid reason, I went back on it. So I sort of learned how to cook dairy free then. I mean, especially now, it's, what time to be alive? It's not difficult, is it, to be vegan? It's just, there's stuff everywhere. Maybe 3.5 years ago is a bit more difficult. I don't know. I think it was like, noticing, reading labels like the hidden milk powder in stuff that you don't
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
is
yes.
stuff.
God, that's so annoying.
Sneaky.
Right down at the end of the list of ingredients as well.
Yeah.
You're like,
Or I think that the other sneaky one is that because like milk is an allergen, isn't it? So it comes up in bold, so you can look for it quite quickly.
Yeah.
But honey, for example, isn't.
yes.
So I think I've made a mistake a few times, like buying cereal and then realizing it's got honey in it. You know, but we all make those mistakes, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy to do.
Yeah, I think maybe having to like plan if you're going out and you get hungry, you can't always just grab, depending on where you're going, you can't always just grab something to eat. I mean, normally if you're in town, it's fine, you know, but I think that's sort of planning ahead. I think I've always got like a little energy bar or something in my bag just in case, you know. And then also it's not just the food thing. I think I found that difficult. People think, oh, it's just a diet, don't they? But actually I then had to I had to buy a new duvet because my duvet was made from wool. We had feather cushions, you know, pillows, and then clothes, like going through my wardrobe. I think there's still been things like quite recently I've looked and gone, oh, hang on, that's got a bit of silk in it or something. Or I sit down and notice something, a bit of furniture's got like a little leather tag on it or something. And I think when I first started, I thought, oh, I'll just wear all this stuff, wear it out, and then I'll buy new stuff. But I think the further or the longer that you're vegan for, you sort of then, I find it hard. I had to just like get rid of stuff. It's just I actually can't have that in my house now. I just see a cow sat there instead of a bit of leather. So I just can't ignore it anymore.
Yeah. I had that at work recently. We're getting a new clothing supplier. And I've been saying since the outset of me making my change, whatever you want to call it, I got leather safety boots at work.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'd got them at the point before I changed. So I was like, well, I've got them now. I might as well carry on. Getting a new supplier. Can you write on the form everything you want, all my sizes, bish, bash, bosh, bosh, bosh. Size 11 boots. And then it was about an hour later after the form was gone, I was like, damn, I didn't put vegan on it.
Oh.
And some things like that are hard to find, I would imagine, sort of.
Yeah. And imagine my work aren't going to be interested if I ask it for it or not.
They're not going to cost the same
twice
as
expensive.
Normal ones.
Yeah. And I think the other thing I found really difficult, or I find difficult now, is not being able to understand how everybody else doesn't think how we think, and that they don't make that connection.
I love that. That is.
Next, it's just like, why can't you see it? Yeah. Especially this time of year, people are like posting things on Facebook, and especially because it was Easter and they've been taking their kids to look at, let's go and see all the lambs and feed the lambs, and it's just like, are you then going to tell your children what happens to those lambs? Because I bet you're not.
Yeah.
Like,
do they even make the connection, between going to feed the lambs and then eating lamb for Easter Sunday dinner? Do they even make that connection themselves?
No, because they're going, aren't they cute? And it's just like, yeah, and you're going to be eating them. And like a couple of weeks ago, we had a vegan runners meetup at Curly Tails, which is like a pig sanctuary. And we got back in the car afterwards, and there was a car next to me with a lady she had a kid in the back. And I said to my daughter, they were like eating some lunch. And I said, it looks like they've got ham sandwiches.
Yeah.
And she's like, how can they? Surely they've not. I mean, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's like one of the, corn vegan, pretend ham or something. But like the cynical part of me was just like, I bet they're eating ham sandwiches. It's just like, how can they not make that connection? It's almost like,
so weird.
But it's not those pigs there that we've just petted. It's not like those ones are meat. And I wouldn't.
It's different pigs.
Ones. Yeah, it's just. Yeah.
Yeah, it is mind blowing sometimes, isn't it?
People moan about, what is it in China? The Yulin dog.
Oh, the dog festival.
and they're, saying how awful this is and everything. It's just like, how is that eating that dog different?
No different at all, is it?
It's no different, but people just, can't see it. What's it called? It's cognitive dissonance, isn't it?
Very good. Oh, you're making us.
name.
We'll be like a Radio 4 podcast at this rate. You've just missed.
I love Radio 4.
Sorry.
Wes just had to walk off, but he just missed Chloe saying cognitive dissonance, which is a tremendous phrase.
I love cognitive dissonance. I love that. Yeah,
that's our podcast title. This sorted.
Yeah, I got one of I don't know if you've heard of Melanie Joy, because I got one of her books for Christmas, but I haven't read it yet. I got her book. What's it called? Why we eat pigs, wear cows, and love dogs.
Oh
yes,
and,
I think I have vaguely heard of that.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet. I think it's going to be like quite a hard, intelligent read. But she sort of coined a phrase called carnism, which is meant to be like it's this belief that we don't realise that we've had this drummed into us over the years, that it's like conditioned people to eat certain animals.
Yeah.
And obviously that varies, doesn't it, in country to country?
Yeah, some countries wouldn't dream of.
They eat dogs. Yeah, and
some countries wouldn't dream of eating a cow.
Yeah.
Or killing a cow, but for us, it's like cow, beef, leather. That's it.
We've just been brought up as that's fine to do. Those animals are fine, but you wouldn't eat your dog. The same as So I sort of find being vegan now, every time I see somebody eating meat, to me it's like, why would I stand and I wouldn't just stand by and not say anything if somebody was kicking their dog or something. And to me it feels the same when I see somebody consuming animal products. It's just like, so that's the hardest thing, I think.
You mentioned at the beginning that you had a few vegan friends before you were vegan. So when you did go vegan, what did they think about it? What did non-vegan friends think about it, or family? What was the reception like?
I don't think anybody was sort of shocked or surprised. It's almost like I was like, oh yeah, okay,
that makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense. Thought you would. Nobody really was shocked. I think my parents didn't really, and still probably don't understand what it means. Like I can remember my mum asking me, but do you still eat tomatoes, or do you like, I just can't, do you still eat pasta, which actually is a funny one, because obviously fresh pasta has got egg in it, but like normal pasta,
but not tomatoes.
No, it's just like I know.
You've got the avocado argument, haven't you, where people moan avocados. So maybe tomatoes fall under that category as well. Who knows?
I don't know. I just don't think. Yeah, she had a clue really, and she's still like, we'll get stuff, and it says it's gluten free. It's just
don't.
Have you had that?
Yeah, gluten free.
Gluten free on it. It's just like I can have wheat. That's fine.
Yeah, wheat is good.
Yeah.
It's meat I can't eat. Wheat is fine, but meat is not.
I've said this on other episodes, I think, but there's that thing in the workplace, and I get it at my place. On birthdays, people bring cakes in, and they always come up to me and go, "What can I get you?" And I'm like, honestly, don't worry about it. It's more hassle than it's worth, and I'm not really that fussed. Oh no, I've got to get you something. So they bring something in, and it's like it's just gluten free. I went to the free from section and got you that. But it's got egg in it.
It's still got eggs and milk in it.
I really don't like that free from aisle in our local Tesco, because you've got vegan stuff next to gluten free, next to maybe dairy free, but with something else in it. And so many times I've gone to pick something up and I'm like, oh, what? That's got chicken in it. What's it doing
here? It's
here?
really misleading, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's not got dairy in it, or it's not got gluten in it. It's in next to all the vegan stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, don't clump us all together.
Mix and match. No.
Let's just have a little vegan aisle.
Yeah.
Don't put us in
exactly.
the free from.
No.
Ah,
Dear, oh dear.
very frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I don't get invited round for dinner anymore to my parents and things like that.
Oh wow. Is that because they're scared of cooking the wrong thing, or?
I don't think they know what to cook. Yeah.
God, that's a shame.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Go and get a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Or sometimes a Greg's sausage roll, my dad would get me.
Oh, that's all right.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows that. But yeah, they're still confused. Like, it's just like, but I can have I can have some toast. I can have some toast and Marmite. It's fine. It's not difficult. I suppose the spread, but then yeah, I don't know. For us, it just seems easy. You can't understand how anybody
It goes back to your previous thing, doesn't it? That why can't other people see things like we do?
Yeah.
It's just they overthink it in a really bizarre way.
Yeah.
So moving on to the very big vegan question: where do you get your protein from?
Oh, the same as any herbivore. Plant power.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, I think I prefer to be a primary consumer rather than a secondary consumer. I want to get my protein from its source rather than after it's gone through the digestive system and everything of an animal.
Oh, you're good, aren't you?
And the same as, I want to get my B12. I just take a tablet rather than, people say it comes from meat. It's just like, well, it doesn't. They've taken a supplement.
Yeah. I love that
like,
primary
I'll
consumer.
just have the supplement, thank you. I won't have it once it's gone through something else. What's the point in that? It's cut out the middleman or the middle animal and just have it from the source. Or like in the omega-3 as well. I have it from the algae or all the chia seeds and all stuff like that. I don't need to have the fish.
You don't need it through the fish.
What they're having. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
I've got the same things that Wes has got on his fridge. That protein and calcium.
I want more of them. I want to know where Michelle got them and get more of them because
they are from Viva.
Oh, Viva.
So if you go onto Viva's website,
Okay.
And they're really good.
Okay, that's good. So how have things changed for you then over the past 3.5 years since you went vegan?
I've probably made lots of new friends, lots of new vegan friends, especially from joining Vegan Runners.
Yes, best running club in the world.
Best running club, definitely. I also joined like a local vegan, Banbury Vegans on Facebook, and we have like quite regular meetups at cafes.
Oh, that's nice.
And we have like regular walks. So I've made some really nice friends, and it's just, you probably feel the same when you're just with people and they're all vegan. You just feel like part of I don't know, you found your tribe, haven't you? It's just
massively.
Just you go to a vegan runners meetup and it's people you've never met before. Like I'd never met you before, Matt.
No, that's where we met, wasn't it?
Yeah, instantly that you've got something in common and you can just start chatting straight away.
Yeah. I think I probably met you at the first big meetup that I went to, that one at Urchester, just before. Was that just before the pandemic?
Before lockdown, yeah.
And there was about 20 of us there, wasn't there?
There was something a good turnout.
And it was, it just blew my mind. I was like, there's so many of us.
Wow.
It's fantastic. It was just brilliant.
Where have these
and we
all
just went
from?
to that. Just went to that cafe, didn't we? At the animals in Need. And it was just amazing. Yeah.
So when I stop working at the weekend, whenever that eventually happens, the first Saturday I'm just going to go to the local park run and just see where you all are. So I'm like, see where all the northern vegan park runners are.
Yeah, there's plenty up there. You mentioned Banbury Vegans, and you have to go out for coffee and walks and stuff. That's something that me and Paul and Jim have been talking about recently, because we all are members of the Kettering Vegans Facebook group, and it's quite dormant. Nothing really goes on there. There's one guy who keeps posting about Camp Beagle, because that's only probably half an hour up the road from us, I think. Yeah, just by Huntingdon. And so he posts on there. I think he must go there quite often. But other than that, there's not really much going on. And it would be so great to have sort of, you know, things like, let's go and meet for a coffee one day, or let's just go for a walk or something like that. But I don't feel like I'm the person to instigate that.
You just need one.
I haven't got that confidence.
Good at organising stuff.
Yes.
And it was daunting going along at first, because I thought, I don't know anybody, you know. But again, you know, they're all going to be vegan, and you're all going to sit down. I think we went for vegan fish and chips the first time.
Oh,
nice. I am quite lucky. There's 2 places near me where I can get vegan fish and chips.
Really? 2?
There's 2. There's one fish and chip shop in Banbury that does vegan fish and chips, and he's got it totally sorted. He's got a completely separate fryer. He keeps all the utensils separate, and he does I think you can get like cauliflower fried. He does like big block of tofu, fried tofu.
Ian wasn't just sitting in awe at this. This is amazing.
I'm sorry, but on the next time I come down, that's where we're going.
We're going to Banbury. Yeah. Wow.
There's not much else worth going for. And then we've also got a pub that's almost a plant-based. It's about like 80% plant-based pub, and they do jack fish and chips. And I don't even like jackfruit, which I know you shouldn't say being vegan, but it's not one of my favourite things. But the jackfish is like really amazing.
Wow.
Is that more tuna-like?
No, I don't know. It almost is flaky, like fish. You'd have trouble realising it wasn't. And it's not got that weird texture jackfruit has, which is what I don't like about jackfruit.
Okay. What I don't like about jackfruit is the look of it in its raw form. It looks foul.
It's almost like the little circle bits, almost like little eyes. But
the whole fruit itself, it looks weird, foul.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Chloe, you mentioned you joined Vegan Runners. Were you a runner before you were vegan, or was it something you took up after?
I'd probably been running for about a year before I went vegan. And I joined my sort of local running club and still a member of them.
Did you notice any change in your running performance after you went vegan or not?
I don't think I did. You know, lots of people say, I noticed a difference straight away, and it's just like, no, I don't think I did. But maybe that's because I was one of those annoying almost vegans beforehand.
So it would have been more gradual, perhaps. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Okay. Annoying vegans.
Self-proclaimed annoying vegan.
Self-proclaimed annoying almost vegan.
There. So, Chloe, if someone came to you saying that they wanted to become vegan, what advice would you give them?
Just do it. Do it now. Also, I would say to them, go on the Viva website and order those. I think they do like a starter pack, which is what I ordered, and you get those little laminated nutrition things saying where you get your protein, calcium, iron. I think they've got, and then they do another long one that lists all the vitamins and minerals and what foods and everything is in there.
Right.
And it's like really, they're really cheap as well. You know, and I think they come with a few little booklets from Viva about, you know, dairy farming and stuff. So I would say that's a good start.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's lots of other businesses, companies, charities out there that can help in that way. Have a look at all the stuff that's accidentally vegan. Because you think, I can't eat anything. But actually, like, there's so many biscuits, aren't there? Like party rings, jammy dodgers,
bourbons,
digestives. Although you have to check because they're not all.
Yeah. that was something that happened at my work. Instead of buying cakes, this bloke went to the free from section and bought some free from digestives. There was 12 in a packet. It cost him £3.50. I said,
cardboard.
If you were just going to get me some digestives, just get me some digestives. And he went, "Oh, are they vegan?" I went, "Yeah, and these are foul, so you can have them back."
There's so many things that you can eat. Yeah, that you wouldn't think you can eat.
Yes,
and also there's just so many recipes online. Just Google in something. I mean, we now eat like so much better, like lots of interesting food from, you know, lots of different cuisines. Yeah, my kids aren't fussy anymore. They eat anything, they try anything.
Wow, that's great.
Wow, that's really good.
And also our cheese thing, I would say to anybody, because this is always the one, isn't it? I can't give up cheese. And like vegan cheese, it tastes horrible. And so if you just don't have any cheese at all for like a month or something, so you forget what real cheese almost tastes like. And
that's
then
a good one.
Slowly like try some of the vegan cheeses. Because I mean, some of the supermarket ones, it's not the same product, is it?
No.
So if you try it and go, but it doesn't taste like cheese, it's just like, yeah, but it, it's not going to. You have to like eat it as its own thing.
Yep.
Or if you've got loads of money, like some of the really independent artisan cheese makers, I mean, they're just amazing. I always
what's that one in East London, La Fromagerie?
I got a Christmas hamper from La Fromagerie.
Did you? Yeah. Wow, was it any good?
I mean, it cost an absolute fortune, but that was like my treat to myself. And their cheese is out of this world.
We've had one or two bits from them. We're not money bags like you, but we couldn't afford a hamper, but we've had a couple of bits from them, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Wow,
just really
really like
amazing.
Lots of different cheeses from lots of different companies, don't they, as well as their own. I think there's a company called what's it, it's a really good name. This is Nut Cheese or something, or this is Nut Okay. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a play on words. Theirs is really good. And also you've always got nooch, haven't you?
Like, chuck a bit of nooch in everything.
That goes in everything. Carbonara, put it on your pasta. Just forget about the cheese and then slowly introduce it.
Edit this bit out, but I'll tell you something at the end about another change I've made that I really need more of them. But I'll tell you later.
Ooh. Okay. That sounds intriguing. We've been joined by my dachshund. She wants to sleep.
Oh.
She just wants to sleep though, to be honest.
Is she vegan?
No. We've tried her with the vegan food, and we might as well have put her dog poo in the bowl.
Really?
For the look that she gave us.
What did you try her on?
We tried on 2 different tins of, I want to say Lily's Kitchen.
I think they do a vegan option. There's a really good website that tells you all the best. It's like run by a vegan vet, and it tells you all like it's got a list of lots of vegan dog foods, and it tells you like which ones are good and which ones are shitty. But Bute's been vegan for I don't know, 18 months, 2 years or something.
Really?
He loves his vegan food.
Really? Oh,
and
brilliant.
The good thing is for me, like, because I sometimes take some on our walk as well as a treat, is that I then don't mind that it's on my hands, Obviously it's not wet dog food, I don't like take. But
you're not going to just scoop it up. Lick your fingers off afterwards.
But it smells really, really nice, the one that he has.
Oh.
Like, I think my son did taste some. So
go with it.
What about Piper? Wes, would you try Piper?
I was going to say that. So when you mentioned about it was like you put dog poo in a bowl. Piper's that much of a twat.
She would probably
still eat it.
Yeah.
She's a proper dickhead.
Oh dear. No, I think Millie. We talked about how vegan cheese isn't cheese. Millie's love of cheese would prevent her from being full vegan, I think. Plus, because the kids aren't vegan. If we didn't have anything in the house, I think that would
Yeah,
be a lot easier.
bit different.
But if we're making like cheese sandwich for the kids or something, she's there. Wherever she is in the house or the garden, if you open the fridge and take the cheese out, she's there. And
So see, Butte does that for cucumber or carrot or broccoli, cabbage,
Wow.
anything. He's like a real proper vegan dog. He goes crazy for cucumber.
wow, that's amazing. I've tried her with cucumber. She's just like,
No,
she just looks at me like, why do you hate me? Why are you giving me this?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not happening. But there we go. Anyway, who is your vegan inspiration?
I think any good vegan runner would have to say, first of all, Fiona Oakes.
Yes.
I think you get
yes.
struck off if you didn't say Fiona Oakes.
I don't think I said Fiona in our first episode, but afterwards I realised
she
I should have
doesn't
said
listen.
Fiona.
I'm going to speak
Sorry,
for
Fiona, if you did.
I'm going to speak for the Alan Davises among us. Who's that?
Okay, go on, Chloe.
Fiona Oakes. She's one of the co-founders of Vegan Runners, along with Peter, our good friend Peter.
Mhm.
She runs an animal sanctuary in Essex called Tower Hill Stables, and she's basically devoted her whole life to taking in animals and looking after them. So her reason for running is to raise money for the animals.
Right. Okay.
She has a really good documentary film out. I think you can get it on Amazon Prime. It's probably streamed in other places, called Running for Good. It's really, really worth watching, just to see her. I don't know, there's not many people like her in the world, I don't think, that just devote themselves to animals fully. And she also holds a few records. I think she's the fastest female to run a marathon on each continent, and I think she also is the fastest female to run a half marathon in an animal costume, possibly.
Oh wow. Okay.
Fair enough.
She's pretty quick, and she's only got like one kneecap or something. But she says she you need to watch the documentary.
I do. Good grief.
Sounds amazing.
She's only got one kneecap, so she runs with a bit of a limp as well. Pre-COVID, there was a vegan runners meetup at her animal sanctuary, and we went down and stopped on site. And yeah, she's just amazing. She really, really likes to talk. Big talker. And yeah, we got to meet all the animals and have a chat with her. And
wow.
We went on the Animal Rights March on Saturday, and then on Sunday we could go for a run with her. And I mean, Matt, no, I'm really, really slow runner. And we said, oh, should we just do a 10K? Do you know a route? She goes, oh yeah, I've already done like over 20 miles this morning, so I'll just do it. I'll just do a slow one. Well, I could not keep up her slow. And then I thought, oh, it's only 10K, so it's fine. I didn't take a drink with me, I didn't take anything to eat, it's just 10K. And then like I kept looking at my watch going, we've already done. And she goes, oh, I don't ever know. I don't wear a watch. I don't know how long. So it ended up being 10 miles, which is quite different to 10K.
Yes. That's like an extra.
Oh yeah, I mean,
oh wow,
I was way behind. I looked like death when I returned. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I mean, it's funny because I wasn't there. I wouldn't have been happy at the time. Definitely not. Wow.
You would have been able to keep up.
You think?
I couldn't. And I was just like, if I'd known, I would have had something to eat beforehand. I would have taken something with me. But yeah, so she's definitely way up there. And then I think probably after her would be Earthling Ed, I think, because we all love Earthling Ed.
We're going to meet him, aren't we, Matthew?
Yeah. Well, when you say meet, we're going to be at the same site.
Wes and
I are very excited because we're vegan camp out virgins, and we've got our tickets for this year. So
yeah, it was amazing last year. This year be even better with Earthling Ed. He's also going to be I just got tickets the other day. There's something in London. It's Vegan Life. I think it's to do with Vegan Life magazine. It's at Ali Pally.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
that's over 2 days. I think it was only like £12 for a day ticket, and Earthling Ed's going to be there on Sunday. So I just got a ticket for that as well. And I have met him because it was my daughter's birthday, and luckily it was like the first day that restaurants opened again. So she really wanted to go to Unity Diner in London, which if you haven't been is worth going to. And like she knew that it was Earthling Ed's, restaurant, and I kept saying, he's not.
He doesn't eat there for dinner every night.
I said he's not. He doesn't live there. He's not going to be there. Don't get your hopes up or anything. But it'd be really nice to go. And we sat down and we looked across at the table next to us.
Oh wow.
And Mossy said, "That man over there looks like Earthling Ed."
No
and I looked over and went,
way.
"It is Earthling Ed."
Fantastic.
My partner plucked up the courage to go and ask if we could have a picture taken. So yeah, Mossy got her picture. He was so nice.
Wow.
He just said, "Oh, of course you can have your picture." So she's got a picture of her and her.
Brilliant.
And
that's wicked.
he's got sort of a sign in the restaurant, which is, I don't know what it says, like one of those neon signs, something vegan. And he was really nice.
Fantastic.
That's amazing.
Oh, that is really cool.
That was an amazing birthday present.
That's you've probably trumped everyone who's been on so far with your meeting vegan celebrities.
Yeah,
I have to go to some way to
with him.
No, but you've met him and
I
Fiona.
took the picture, so yeah. And I've run with Fiona. Yeah, we'll try to.
And you met the Bosch boys, didn't you, at Camp Out last year?
Oh, they were really lovely as well. Yeah, we got a book signed, and our Bosch book is literally, it's falling to pieces. It's got bits of dried pressed onion on it and everything. And everybody else had these immaculate books for them to sign, and we just gave them this, and they were just "We love this. This is how we want to see a cookbook."
All coming out now, isn't it? I haven't met anybody apart from him and her and him and him.
Yeah.
You just met everyone really.
All these famous people. That's fantastic.
Oh, I don't class them as a famous person. They're my friend.
Yeah. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to find out that Fiona film, because I think my membership of vegan runners might be rescinded if I admit that I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, everybody needs to watch that. Even if you're not a runner, you'd still get a lot out of it from watching it. And she's been vegan since she was 9 or something crazy like that.
Wow. Okay.
That's
fantastic.
Yeah. What's the best thing about being vegan in your eyes?
Well, there's the obvious, isn't there? That you're not, you can sleep at night knowing that you're not causing harm to animals. I think that's probably up there with the best thing.
Yeah.
And we've already talked about finding sort of some kind of community and new friends like vegan runners and my local vegan group. I think that's been really, really good. And also I've also mentioned trying lots of different new foods that I probably wouldn't have experimented with before. I mean, I enjoy cooking a lot more now. Then I think you get sort of stuck, don't you, in a rut of cooking the same meals.
Yes.
Whereas now we have a proper weekly plan. I've got millions of vegan cookbooks, and we just look online on blogs and in the books, and we plan out our week of what we're going to make. So I probably make a new recipe almost every day. So yeah, I think that's good. And also I think it's probably cheaper, especially if you're eating, maybe not if you're buying the processed stuff, because that's still stupid that's a vegan burger is, it shouldn't be 3 times the price,
But
it is, and meat, because meat shouldn't be that cheap, because it's all subsidized, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just it shouldn't be that cheap to make, the same as milk shouldn't be that cheap, because everything's subsidized. So I think it is, I think it is cheaper, especially if you're buying pulses and dried stuff. Those cost pence, don't they?
Yeah.
You can make a meal really, really quickly, and that's healthier as well, obviously. I think, but yeah, the main thing is always that you're not causing harm. You're not responsible for those animals, you know, having a very miserable short life and then being non-humanely slaughtered.
Yes. One of the things that really shocked me when I first started looking into it was the age that animals are killed compared to how what their natural lives are. It just absolutely blew my mind.
Oh, like
the
chickens,
short
like
lives that they live. Yeah, it's just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I've been on a few vigils. There's a chicken factory in Brackley near me, and I've been on a few vigils there. And I used to have hens, and when I first went vegan, I think for about a week we still ate our hens' eggs, and then it just seemed like totally wrong. When you think about what an egg is, just like, oh, this is disgusting. Why would I want to eat this?
Yeah.
But those chickens that are going into that factory that are only like 6 weeks, they are still cheeping like babies. And I can remember from having my own hens how the little babies cheep, and then when they get older their voices change, obviously, like most animals. But yeah, those on that lorry are cheeping like little babies. It's
I get a lot of stick off. I get a lot of stick for off of one particular chap. He's only having a laugh, if that's what you want to call it. He's just taking the mick out of me. And then the other day, I showed him the video of the conveyor belt, the maceration conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Don't show me that again. That's disgusting. Please don't make me watch that again." And he proper got bothered about it. And I said, "But you're still going to go and have an egg in the morning, aren't you?"
Supporting it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. My wife cooks cakes and stuff, and you know, I said, "I can show you it again if you want." He went, "No, don't. No, it's horrible." I thought,
well, there's
at what point do you change?
Yeah. There's just like, if you can't watch how your food is made, then you know you shouldn't be eating it. The same as if you can't show your kids how their food is made, how, you know, what happens to those animals, because it's like too explicit or anything, then should you be eating that stuff? No.
Yeah. That was something I think I mentioned before, on a couple of episodes ago. So I think it was Joey Carbstrong had said it about how one of the reasons we get confused, particularly in adulthood, is because of how we're educated about food as children. That you're like, a bit like you were saying earlier on, Chloe, that you know, we're shown a cute little lamb in the field, or we're shown a cow, and then we're feeding our kids ham and beef and eggs and milk, and kids don't see that properly. They can't make that connection. It's only when you're older you can make the connection. You're already screwed. You've already been educated down that road, and then the confusion sets in, and that's where you get your moral dissonance, which is an awesome phrase.
I'm sure if you told kids where their food came, what they're eating and where it came from, because most of the time that meat doesn't look like meat, does it? Chicken nuggets don't like fish fingers, don't look like fish. If you told them what that is, I bet, you know, nearly 100% of those kids would go, "I'm not eating that. Why would I eat that little lamb?" You know?
Yeah. Actually, mate, you know, if they made it part of the curriculum, how great would that be? Just to explain to kids that's where all this is coming from. This is why we shouldn't do it. Just imagine, in an ideal world, that's what we used to do, and this is why we don't do it. Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. Instead, we go, you kill them here and you eat them here. Why? It just doesn't make any sense.
No.
Have you watched the film Carnage by Simon Amstell, who is also going to be at Vegan Camp Out?
Oh, is he?
That
I like him.
Yeah, that is amazing. I think it's still on iPlayer, and it's like set in the future. It's really funny but really clever. I really recommend you watch that.
Right.
It's like set in a future where people are like, really, do people used to eat animals? And there's like a support group for people who used to eat cheese and stuff. It's really funny.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing.
Oh, I'm going to look out for that.
Check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so what's your favourite Vegan. Good God.
How long have you been vegan? I can't say it right.
You're going to say it strangely, like Boris did.
What did he say?
Wasn't he? Vegan, yeah, or something like that, didn't he? Wasn't he eating a vegan sausage or something? Yeah.
I'll try not to listen to anything that he says.
A relative of mine once called it vegan, which I quite liked.
Vegan.
It's a bit like pagan.
Pagan, yeah. Which is also paganism is awesome.
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about, Chloe, is because I vaguely recalled that, and I meant to ask you about this at the last meetup, but you posted about celebrating the winter solstice rather than Christmas. So what's the background to that?
I think it just didn't. I think this is one of the good things about going vegan, actually. It's made me think a lot about all my life choices and all the things that maybe I've always done just because it's what you do or tradition, and thought about Christmas. And I'm not religious, I was like, why am I celebrating Christmas? I don't need to celebrate the birth of Christ because I don't believe in any of that. But actually, we used to celebrate at that time of year anyway, because and it's nice to do something in the winter, isn't it? When it's miserable and cold. And we should be celebrating, I'd also get up really early and celebrate the summer solstice as well. But we just thought, okay, we'll just move our Christmas a few days earlier and we'll celebrate at winter solstice instead. So we do pretty much the same. We'll probably go out for a nice walk and then we have a big meal. I have my parents here because I make sure everything's vegan. And and then we have a few presents and we just, put on our presents happy winter solstice instead of Christmas. And the one good thing is it's all over and done with. And then I can sit down, relax, and then watch everybody else getting stressed out because it's a couple of days to Christmas. And I'm just like, I've done it. It's all done. Yeah. I'm sat down with a book now. Yeah. Highly recommend it.
Yeah. Michelle introduced me to Wiccan and paganism a couple of years ago, and I'm not a wizard, I'm not a witch, I'm none of them things. But
despite the beard, you're not a wizard.
Despite the beard, yeah. But the I want to call it lore around it is just brilliant, and I love, like you're saying there about Christmas. I would rather go around saying Happy Yule to people than Happy Christmas.
Happy Yuletide,
I'd love to do that, and me and Michelle now do follow the moons. We follow full moons, new moons. Know that we're going into a new phase and stuff. It's wicked, and like I said, I'm not fully into it. I have much more of an appreciation for it now. You've just become a new friend. That's awesome.
Fantastic. So when the summer solstice comes, how do you recognize that?
Just normally get up really, really early and go and watch the sunrise. Try and find a big hill here and just hope that it's a clear morning and just sit there with a coffee in my mug, in my thermos, and watch the sunrise.
Oh my God, that's like a dream life, that, isn't it?
Let's not forget that the Christians nicked all the holidays.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why Christmas
really, really
is
annoying.
where it is. Christmas is then because that's the winter solstice.
Everything that the Christians celebrate, everything that they do is stolen from paganism anyway, and then they all slag pagans off, and it's actually pagans just so much more chilled out, just respecting nature, respecting each other. And when was the last time any Christians respected anyone else?
Well, and the same
controversial.
Edit that out, Matthew. Edit that
out. We've got some listeners in America. They might be some of those nut jobs who they'll be picketing outside our houses.
But it blows my mind. But this like Easter comes from is it Ostra?
Easter.
I can't remember. Easter. And the story of all those things that they worshipped or looked into, I think it's fantastic. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's clever. It's clever of them, isn't it? To get
Yeah.
you to celebrate their things. Just put it on the dates that you
Put
want
it where
to.
everyone's celebrating already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Build your churches on top of already sacred sites. You know,
Yeah.
it's all clever stuff.
Yeah. Tremendous. Okay, that took a turn. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so this will put the handbrake on. What's your favorite vegan product at the moment?
Goat's heads.
Try and think of something controversial.
Oh dear, it's all right. The controversy's been sorted by Wes. Don't worry, he's the
Okay,
one who's yeah.
Yeah. Never allowed back on.
Tricky one, because again, it's so much to choose from now. Just new product every week, isn't there? Which is great. People are, jumping on the bandwagon, aren't they? But I think at this precise moment, my favourites. Am I allowed to have more than one?
Yeah, as many as you like.
Yeah,
I mean, not a
carry on.
shopping list, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not
Don't just
sending
read out
you
your
anything.
shopping list.
We're not asking it so that we get it to you.
I thought the point of saying it was then you
get a freebie.
So my favourites at the moment are the squeaky. Have you had any of the squeaky bean stuff?
Yes.
They do. I think is it like a char grilled barbecue, like little pieces? They do. I think they also might do like a tikka one or something, but the char grilled barbecue one is pretty amazing. I mean, all of their stuff is good, I think, but that's my particular favourite. And then a close second would be Sainsbury's own, which I think is their range called Plant Pioneers. They've all got slightly different. It might be. Okay. Anyway, they do.
Yeah, I think
like
it is
a porkless pie. You get like 4 little pork pies. And I mean, I never liked pork pies, but those with a little bit of chutney or pickle are amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my tip.
I was never one for pork pies back in the olden days.
They had that weird little bit of jelly.
The jelly, yeah.
Oh, and you'd get that. It just would send. Yeah, I had that as a kid. It's just disgusting. There's no jelly stuff in the same.
See, Wes is making that face, but I remember you making a special trip to Melton Mowbray a few years ago to get a proper pie.
Yeah. Let's move on from that. I haven't had the Sainsbury's ones. I have had the Co-op Grow pork pies.
Oh, I've not seen those.
Yeah, which I think the Co-op Grow range is going really well.
Yeah.
They're doing their own thing. Release a new thing a week.
Yeah, I've not got a big enough co-op near me to be able to get any of their stuff. Yeah, those are good. And I think to have something sweet would be is it Goo? Those little pots. They do vegan ones.
Do they?
Yes.
Those are
lemon cheesecake's my favourite.
Yeah, I like the lemony one. The chocolate one's good too.
I need to have a word with them. I need to have a word with her indoors because she's not buying these Goo products. She used to always buy Goo products.
Yeah, I only get them when they're on offer.
Yes,
absolutely. I'm a little treat. If they're on offer, I can't say no.
I tell you what,
they're quite expensive, but on offer, it's worth it.
Yeah.
The yellow label aisle is always full of vegan stuff. How good is that?
Yeah.
I know that doesn't sell it very well, but great for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of it you can chuck it in the freezer. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yes. The squeaky bean stuff. I haven't had those pieces, but the pastrami that they do is tremendous. Really, really good.
Of that with a bit of sauerkraut in a bagel. Yeah.
Matthew, the next time I'm coming down, you know where we're going, don't you?
Yeah.
See Chloe, and she's going to make you lots of food.
She's going to make you a sauerkraut and pastrami bagel, and then we're going to go for fish and chips.
And also, I won. Did you see on my Strava? I won an award last weekend at my race, but not for running. I did a cake-a-thon, and I won the best cake. I made a vegan lemon Swiss roll. That was pretty amazing.
Oh, wow! Right, well, that's
you baked a vegan cake and you won.
Yeah.
Was it just a vegan cake competition, or did you win above
No,
all the
it did.
others?
Okay, I'm going to come clean here. It was, there was a category and it was the best vegan cake category. And mine was the only cake.
Yes.
Oh,
So it had to win.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Which was my hope all along,
Yeah.
that there would be no other entries.
Yeah, that's incredible. Never thought of that. You can win loads of stuff.
You
Yeah.
didn't need to add that bit at the end. No, none of us would have known.
But in my
Oh my
opinion,
God, that's
obviously
hilarious.
I couldn't try the other ones to know, but obviously mine was the best.
I've been very lazy and haven't run for a couple of weeks, so I haven't been on Strava because very selfishly I only go on it when I've done anything myself. So I'm gonna scroll through now and see if I can. Is there a picture of it? Oh yes. Here we go.
Yeah, there is. I think I did a photo. It was in Northampton.
Lots of sheep on your run though. That's nice.
It was pretty. I waited for the sheep to cross because obviously I'm a good vegan.
Yes.
Do you do that when you're running? Like when I run, I don't mind running through a field of cows because I go through and I kind of think, I think they can probably smell on me that I don't eat them and they won't hurt me. And I sort of go through, it's fine, I'm vegan.
It's
I'm not,
okay.
I mean, you know, yeah.
I chase them because I want to cuddle.
Yeah, just give us a hug. Oh God, we went Animals in Need in Urchester had an open day at the weekend. We went down there. We obviously, you can just walk along or past all the animals and all that sort of thing. And we walked up to the pig pen, and like 3 of them all came like swarming over. Like we were like, can we stroke? No, we can't stroke. Can we get in there and give them a cuddle? No, we can't do that. But it was, it was lovely seeing them all.
You should have gone
lambs.
This weekend I went to FARS, which stands for Farm Animal Rescue Sanctuary, which is near Stratford upon Avon, and it's mostly sheep, and they run up to you like dogs for cuddles. You would love it. And they really like rich tea biscuits. You're allowed to take biscuits with you, and they're jumping up to get these biscuits.
Fantastic.
Wow.
And that's another sort of vegan run animal sanctuary. So yeah, people should be taking their kids to places like that, and supporting them. So yeah, that's a good one to go to if you want a sheep cuddle.
Okay, I'm gonna bear that in mind because that's not that far from us, is it?
I think people should take their kids to a slaughterhouse and then take them to an animal sanctuary. Yeah. This is what you could be winning, and this is what
look at what you could have won.
And this is what we're actually going to do.
Well, there's that thing, isn't there?
School trip, shouldn't they? School trip to the slaughterhouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's that thing, isn't there, that if slaughterhouses had glass walls, no one would eat meat.
Yeah.
Nope.
Surely not. Surely no one could see what happens in there and think, yeah, I'll have a burger.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if you've seen the VFC social media feed over the last couple of days. It's been fascinating because they've been having a brilliant go at KFC, who did this bit of. It's not. I was going to say greenwashing. It's not greenwashing, is it? What is it then when they pretend that everything's all happy and fine at a slaughterhouse? And they got that TikToker or whatever he was, YouTuber, to go and show how lovely it was in the slaughterhouse, in the chicken sheds. And then VFC went and proved how horrible it was.
It's all,
yeah.
It's all marketing.
Yeah. Shall I tell you my new thing?
Oh, go on. Yeah.
Right. So when we went down the road of what was the hardest thing, in our first episode when we talked about our hardest things, nothing is harder than trying to cut out bread and sugar.
Ooh.
That is a pain in the ass, and I am doing my best, but it is really, really, really difficult.
What? Why are you trying to cut out bread and sugar?
Because
thanks, Josh.
What did he say? I can't hear him.
It's only been about 2 days.
Yeah, it's been 2 days. Shell's friend, she's got some medical difficulties, and she went on all these. She's got this like allergy test thing, and she's basically cut out bread and sugar. And she was saying how hard it was, but how many benefits there are. And I was like, Sounds interesting. So I thought I'd give it a go, and I only started on Monday, and it is honestly the hardest thing. I was eating some crackers earlier on. I had some hummus, like crackers and hummus, brilliant. Ran out of hummus. What can I get next out of the fridge? So I looked in the fridge. There was some chutney. I was like, that's quite old actually. I won't bother with that. Next best thing to chutney, jam. Just get the jam. Oh no, sugar. Can't have that. And it was just sugars everywhere. Sugars everywhere. Bread's everywhere, and I'm like, oh, this is so difficult. But I'm plugging away at it.
When I did my year of no dairy, I wasn't allowed any sugar either, or any yeast. I was really ill. I sort of went down to about 4.5 stone. I had like a leaky gut and everything. So I had to cut out dairy, sugar, and yeast, and some like fruits, because some fruits really sugary.
Very
and
sugary,
it's really, really hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you eat then?
Well, that's when I started having to eat a bit of meat again, because I was just like, I also couldn't have oats. I was living on like porridge. I was living on porridge with oat milk, and then I became allergic to oats because I was having so much of it.
Wow.
And then I couldn't have weird things like lettuce, and so I did.
Oh, well, I managed that.
Yeah,
I manage that all the time.
All I could think of when you said you had to cut out yeast is, how can you live without Marmite? What's going on?
I know. And all the B12 and Marmite. Yeah, that was hard.
Wow.
But I had to go without Marmite when my kids were babies as well. When I was breastfeeding them, if I had Marmite, it gave them really bad colic.
Oh, wow.
So I've had a few times over the years I've had to go without Marmite. Thankfully, not now.
Cold turkey.
Marmite
cold turkey.
There's got to be a good cold turkey Marmite pun there, but I'll think about it. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you and meeting with you, Chloe, even if it is over the internet. But that is the
well, you're coming down for fish and chips, aren't you, soon?
I am going to come down for fish and chips, and that's all good.
I'm starving now.
Yeah. Next time I'm down, we'll get. We're
going to Banbury, Wes.
Banbury.
Yeah, and if it's not open, we'll be cross.
Oh, beautiful! Love it.
Eat him.
I'll take you to Banbury Cross as well. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Excellent.
Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed it and found something useful.
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, WordPress, and YouTube. Just search for How I Vegan Podcast.
And you can send an email or a voice note to us at howiveganpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, thanks ever so much, Chloe. That was really great. And probably see you at the next meetup, or failing that, vegan camp out perhaps, when there'll be a huge amount of vegan runners.
I'll introduce you to Ed, shall I?
Oh yeah. Get us on the guest list for the VIP area.
Are you going this year as well, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.